In this video, I will focusing on the introduction of the manual on simple risk assessment and control for chemicals, which we can call as SiRAC. Firstly, we will go through into the legal requirements. The second one, we will go through to the chemicals hazardous to health. The third one is the full assessment versus simple assessment. So we want to find out the differences between the full and simple assessment. Lastly, we will go through to the benefits of controlling exposure to chemicals hazardous to health. So that are the main idea that we are focusing in this video. Hope you enjoy. Firstly, we identify chemical use in particular work, area, or process and its hazard. The second one, we meet criteria to conduct SYARAH and require information available. So if no, we conduct CHRA and then we develop action plan, and then lastly, we implement action plan. The second situation is when we meet criteria to conduct SYARAH and require information available, we will conduct SYARAH and then we will see the control approach 1, 2 or 3. If no, we seek specialist advice, control approach 4 and then we develop action plan and implement action plan. The last but not least, if we meet criteria to conduct SYARAH and require information available, we will conduct SYARAH and we will see the control approach 1, 2 or 3. If yes, we will develop action plan and then lastly, we implement the action plan. Full assessment should be conducted for each and every workplace where chemicals hazardous to health are used. It should be conducted by a registered chemical risk assessor appointed by the employer for each and every workplace where chemical hazardous to health are used. Meanwhile, a simple assessment involves a process of grouping workplace risks into control bands based on combination of hazard and exposure information. A simple assessment may be conducted if the chemicals hazardous to health used in a particular work unit meets the criteria specified. The criteria specified is chemical classified as carcinogenicity category 1, process generated dust and fumes, organic dust, gases, and scheduled waste. To conduct simple assessment, the required information are hazard classification and hazard statement, physical form, boiling point or vapor pressure, operating temperature of chemicals, quantity used, and the total duration of exposure to the chemicals. Chemicals hazardous to health used in the workplace can harm workers' health if exposures are not properly controlled. If an employer fails to prevent exposure or to properly control any exposure that does occur, firstly, it adds to the unnecessary and preventable burden of ill health. Second, business performance can be affected through lost time for sick leave. Third, there can be civil claims for damage. And fourth, it is an offense under OSHA and specifically usage regulation. Simple assessment can help an employer to control exposure and meet his legal duties. It addresses some of basic requirements of usage regulations for some chemicals hazardous to health in a simple and practical way. It also flags up other things that an employer needs to tackle. It may be helpful to occupational safety and health practitioners, safety and health officers, safety and health committee members, chemical suppliers, or trade association. To find out more details on SiRAC, we can go to the website DOSH, which is www.dosh.gov.my.